Yeah, this is another video about healing. You know, for anyone who's interested, you know, this video is here. You can watch it and hear what he has to say. Yeah, it's Gavaska again, diving in. So let's go. Now, this is very important for people to understand health, especially in this time, 2021. It's a serious time we're living in. The world is going through a shift, you know, and if you can't ride the frequencies of the shift, then most likely you won't end up alive. That's just the truth. The sun in the sky is what dictates what time of the day or what time of the night it is, based on the position of the sun in the sky. So when you wear a watch on your hand and it say, oh, that time it is, it's basically saying the sun is in the sky at that position and that determine what time of the day or what time of the night it is. That's basically it. Now also the earth and the sun in the universe also dictates what age we're in, and the age comes with a certain frequency. Just like how night comes with a certain frequency, day comes with a certain frequency. It's the same way when the earth is in a certain part of the universe or a certain age or a certain house, it comes with a certain frequency. And now we're in the age of Aquarius, which comes with a lot of information and healing, but also comes with death at the very same time. Because for the new to be born, the old has to go. It's as simple as that. The planet is going to a higher vibration, so people who can't stand the higher vibration are going to go. Sad to say so, but it's the truth. And that's the reason why I put this video out there, so I can get my people to understand how to ride the higher vibrations, take their power back from the system and government institutions, which robs you of your energy and put you into a hopeless mindset, or thinking that something outside of you has to fix you, that you don't have the power within you, when really and truly the power is always within you. you know so it's just one of my random videos, talking about all that kind of stuff, rambling. That's what I call it, rambling. Anyway, the beginning of death is lying to oneself. I repeat this. The beginning of death is lying to oneself. The moment you start lying to yourself, you start denying the self. You start denying your own life force. So, in order for one to remain healthy, you have to learn how to be true to yourself, which means you honor the integrity of your inner being. You honor your intuition and your gut feeling. You live in alignment with those things. If you have the gut feeling that you shouldn't do something, then don't do it. Because when you do it, you're dishonoring your inner being. And that is the beginning of death. A person who is true to themselves will always be healthy and always be filled with vital energy. A person who lies to themselves constantly deny the life force inside of them of expression, and that is death. You gotta understand this. So it's important to live in truth and live with integrity. Not just integrity for yourself, but with integrity for others as well. Which means don't force people to do things that is not good for them. That's of no integrity. You know what I mean? And you don't do things that is not good for you, because that has no integrity. So on the topic of healing, it's good to be, to live in truth, true to who you are, express yourself. That's one level of healing. As what the general doctors or people who study allopathic medicine don't know is that an individual is not just sick on a physical level, because we have a mental body, we have a physical body, we have an emotional body, we have a spiritual body, and we have a psychological body. So when someone is, for example, if an individual walk into the hospital with a tumor, the doctor's gonna be, oh, just cut that off and that's it. It doesn't work like that. You have to get the individual to dive deep into themselves and heal the trauma or the emotional blockage or the mental issue that's going on or the spiritual issue. And as they heal that, the tumor dissolves on its own. You know what I mean? You can't cut the tumor without learning the lesson in your consciousness and thinking that you're going to heal. It does not work like that. And, you know, sad to say, society is not telling people these things because society don't want people who are capable of critical thinking. They don't want people who are empowered. Society want people who are disempowered so they can control them and benefit from their energy, exploit their energy, their essence. We live in a world which is set up, which is systematically set up by parasites, parasitic consciousness. You have to understand that. Who this system thrive on sucking the life force out of people. You gotta understand that. You know, the system was created. The system. I don't even want to go too deep into the system topic. I'll leave that for another day. You know, but don't forget the history of the system, because the history, how it was started, definitely have an impact on what it is today. Never forget that. But I don't want to go into that topic at the moment. I'll just keep it simple and keep it on healing. So sorry for the rambling. I always ramble. So the more truthful to yourself you are, the more healthy you will become. Because you will honor your intuition, and your intuition will always guide you to what is best for you. That's the first step to it. Now, you see, gee, agreements. Agreements is another thing that take people's power away. Agreements, the agreements that you make. Don't make agreements that don't have your best interests at heart. You have to understand that. You have to revoke all agreements that you've made which does not have your best interest at heart, because that's how you lose your life force energy. You know, you have to understand that everything in this system is about agreeing. If you go to the bank, you have to sign a piece of paper saying you agree. If you go to do some form of business, you have to sign your signature saying you agree. So your agreement, when you agree to something, you take that thing as a part of yourself on a metaphysical level. You take that as, when you agree to be in a relationship, you take the person as a part of yourself. It's as simple as that. So whatever that comes with that individual will affect you. You know, you have to revoke the agreement to take your power back. So how the system traps you, and on a occultic level, how it parasite off your energy is through your agreement. It forces you to agree on things that does not have your best interest at heart. Best interest at heart. And when you agree to those things, it zaps you off your energy. It takes your life force energy away from you. You know? So you have to go back in your life, go back down memory lane, think about all the agreements that you've made with individuals and organizations that doesn't have your best interest at heart, and revoke those agreements. And as you revoke those agreements one by one, you take your energy back. If you're in a relationship, if you make an agreement with someone and you're in a relationship that doesn't have your best interest at heart, end the relationship, revoke the agreement, and take your energy back. It's as simple as that. But that is a more deeper and occultic way to go about healing. And there's so much to discuss before you get to that level. So I'll leave that there for now, and then make other videos later on that topic of agreement and how it zap you off your life force energy when it's not made with your best interest at heart. Anyway, now, this topic is so deep. Healing is such a deep thing. You know, a lot of us are living with traumas from childhood, you know, and we haven't dissolved those traumas. And as a result of that, it steal us. It steal our life force energy from us, the trauma. It blocks the flow of life within our being. And that is the reason why it's very important to go back down memory lane and forgive yourself and give yourself some love and basically heal yourself from those traumas that you experience growing up throughout life. Every single individual has some form of trauma, but it's also your duty to dive back down in memory lane and heal yourself, understand the trauma. And when you come to a level of consciousness and understanding, it then begins to heal. Because now you know the reason why that happened, and when you know the reason why that happened, you set the energy free, because everything is done through rights of consciousness. So if there's no awareness, then the disease can't dissipate because it's a teacher. Most disease, like most disease, are teachers. They're here to teach you something about you, how you can get your energy back, how you can start living in alignment with your true self. So you have to understand the disease, and when you learn the lesson that the disease is trying to teach you, then the illness dissolves and your energy is back. You know what I mean? You got to listen to your inner being.